So I had somebody write me what makes Great Britain and Ireland, or like the UK Ireland area, so much better than like the whole US. And one is that most of the trips you can run, you can get a lot of top 100 courses or great courses back to back, fairly easy to access. Unlike in the US, where like if you're in Bandon, you're really not going to be playing Whistling Straits on that trip. If you're at Pebble, you're really not getting to Arizona or Las Vegas probably on that trip. But if you're in Ireland, it's a good chance you're playing Royal Portrush, Royal County Down, Port Marnock, the Island, the European Club, all in one trip, back to back days, and especially if you're arriving on a weekday, consecutive days. So I would highly recommend trips like to Ireland, Scotland. The trip I took last year to England was great and incredibly easy. And I mean, I Ubered to golf courses and Ubered between them and saved money on the rental car. And it was really cool, really fun. Even got a chance to actually do some actual tourism and get into the city and check out London. And that was just because I accidentally figured out that I can Uber from the airport to get to courses. But I could have easily built 3 or 4 other trips based around London, let alone in England, probably 5 or 6. That would have been epic. And you just can't really do that in America. Also, if you looked at my top 100 list, a lot of the great courses in America are private. So if you are in the Met area, if you have access to all those courses, then yeah, you can have a great trip. But for most people, if you're in the New York area, it's hard to build a great public golf trip. In the Midwest, I do think that's the best place to route a public golf trip, a public golf course trip, but it's really, really difficult to have a great experience in the US that involves like a 7 day nonstop golf trip. You can have a great weekend trip, you can have a great buddies trip at a very specific destination. You could tackle Florida, you can work through the Carolinas. There's nothing against American golf, but when you're trying to have like an epic golf trip, something that can't be topped, Ireland, Scotland are unbeatable. I'm really trying to figure out my way probably the next 5 years to get out to Australia. I hear it's great, but I hear you got to navigate some private courses and get on the plane, to get on a boat, to get on a plane, to get to another course, especially if you're trying to loop in something like New Zealand. But I'm looking forward to getting back to Scotland. I'm looking forward to getting back to England. I have to get back to Ireland. I don't think I can go more than 3 or 4 years without going to Ireland. It's so great. So for everybody that's out there, it's not close. It's just not even comparable to compare them. Best golf destinations are in the UK and Ireland.